What's up, Ramblers? Alright, so this week I proposed the theme of relationships and the role that dating and relationships and even something like friendships can play in the way we develop as people, and sort of a sociological look at what relationships mean in our lives. People, not just our own particular lives, but people our age, and the way that we formulate ourselves based on the relationships that we form with other people. Whether that's a dating relationship or a friendship or whatever. I was thinking back to our week where we discussed the internet and the role that the internet played in sort of our own development and how instrumental it was in the development that we had as people. And I was thinking, well, if the internet is one piece of that puzzle that makes us sort of who we are and has developed us into the people that we are, what are the other pieces? And the natural next piece is the relationships that we have with other people. So I guess my ultimate question for you for the rest of the week is, are you more self-defined or are you more defined by your relationships? And by you, I don't mean you particularly, I mean you as a person, as a universal person. Are we more defined as, we define ourselves, or by the relationships that we form? I've always thought of myself as a self-defined person. I mean, I don't have that many really close friends. I have a handful of friends that I would, do anything for and who are my absolute best friends in the entire world. But beyond that, I have a bunch of people who I would really consider just acquaintances or sort of convenience sake friends that I'm friends with because we live in the same place or because, we kind of mutually depend on each other. But as for actual close friends, I don't have that many. So for that reason, I've always thought of myself as sort of made by myself, and the person that I've come to be is largely decided by, who I want to be and who I shape myself to be. But the more I think about it, even though my relationships, my friendships, my dating relationships even aren't that plentiful, they're still pretty instrumental in who I am. Thinking about this just always makes me think about Paper Towns, and I'm going to assume you've all read Paper Towns, because if you haven't, whoa, what are you doing? Go read it right now. But it always reminds me of the whole idea behind Margot's character that, we really learn more about ourselves by the way we conceptualize others. And just as Q misimagines Margot, we can often misimagine ourselves and imagine ourselves to be something more than we are, or something less than we are, or something different than what we are. But the way we interact with other people often really clarifies those sort of misinterpretations of self. So for instance, my relationship with YouTube and with Nerdfighteria and all these other things I've become a part of over the past couple months have really helped to form my own conceptualization of myself as a person. And it's not because I went through some sort of deep introspective decision-making process and discovery process about myself. It's because I was acting in relationship with others and acting in collaboration with others that I was able to discover the truth of my own self. So forget the pragmatic and functional value of relationships, that being that they, dispel loneliness and give us a sense of belonging. Relationships really are about discovering ourselves as much as they are about discovering how we interact with others. And I think that's a pretty amazing thing to realize, that, regardless of how much we try to better ourselves as people and to understand ourselves more as people, really we're never going to have a full understanding of ourselves until we are in relationship. Whether that's an intimate relationship with one other person, or whether that's a relationship with a whole community of people. We need relationship in our lives. Anyways, Ramblers, that's just what I think. That's my own experience with relationships. Maybe you disagree. Maybe you think that we are more understood and self-understood by the way we are and the way that we perceive ourselves to be, and I look forward to hearing what your answers are. Alex, I can't wait to hear from you tomorrow, and DFTBA.